Back in the early 70s, I was a little girl and going to daycare. I went there for about 5 years. For 4 of the 5 years, I was molested by a father and son.
Very seldom is it that evil stranger who's lurking in the weeds somewhere grabs the kid. That's so rare. That's why those are so highly publicized, because they are so rare. Most often, sex abuse victims get victimized by someone they know and they trust.
My dad picked me up from daycare, and it was just a normal day. I got in the car with him, and he said, "What'd you do at daycare today?" And I said, "So-and-so tried to put his penis in me." And the people who did this to me had always told me, if you tell anyone, they're never going to believe you. They're going to say you did a bad thing. This is our secret. You're special. Don't tell anyone. And so immediately I recanted. And my dad said, "What did you say, Naomi?" And I said, "Nothing, Dad, nothing."
We know that the long-term consequences of childhood physical and sexual abuse for people as they go through their growing up years into their adult years, if it's not dealt with, can have huge repercussions both for physical and mental health.
Concerned professionals and community members founded Corner House over 20 years ago. Their goal was to avoid the risks of further traumatizing young victims and to assure that cases were not compromised as they were investigated and prosecuted.
It's not leading, ideas aren't placed into children's heads, but the protocol they follow allows us to gather forensic evidence from the child that can be used in court later.
Everyone comes to the child, the law enforcement, the medical exam, the interviewer, who asks all the right questions in the right way. It's done in a very non-threatening environment, a big, nice, soft couch, not a lot of distractions. Everything is done to protect that child. You don't want to hurt that child any more than they've already been hurt. But yet they've got to get those details out.
It's a great benefit for us. We are able to work not just with law enforcement at the interview, but to have a place to plan on what next steps we want to take given the disclosure that the child gave us. We often have law enforcement, the child protection investigator, and a county attorney all present in a room watching the video of this child disclosing what may or may not have happened to them. We're able to use that information to immediately discuss what next steps we need to take in order to make sure that the investigation is as thorough and competent as can be, but also to make sure that the safety and well-being of those children is taken into account immediately.
What Corner House brings to the table is that child-friendly environment. A child is not going to feel scared there. The way they handle that interview process is absolutely amazing.
There should be some comfort given to parents out there that there is a place that focuses solely on a child instead of a stale criminal investigative process where they're taken down to a police station and it's scary enough as it is. So from a parent's perspective, I think that it's a profound place, and parents would want to know that a place like that exists.
The child is able to be interviewed once, and it's done in a respectful, competent, professional way. Then we're able to use that information, and then that interview, which is videotaped, is being able to be used by numerous different people without having the child re-interviewed over again.
We know what happened in that interview, and juries can watch it for themselves. Judges can watch it for themselves, and it's almost as if they were there. So having people who are forensic interviewers also being trained and being able to explain what they know, what they saw, to people in language that is understandable is critical to everyone to have a fair trial for both sides. So that is another very good piece that Corner House has done a great job on.
And while the pursuit of justice is one goal of Corner House and its partner agencies, the ultimate goal is to help the child and the whole family start the process of healing.
They're giving that child, a shot again, a shot at some sort of normalcy. If that case goes to court and, the perpetrator is put away or whatever happens, at least that child has a shot at, a full life